Hello and welcome to another update video about AVAX. Today I want to take a look at the overall chart for AVAX. There's one new scenario I added, which is the yellow wave count, which I put onto the chart today when I looked at the chart again, and I suddenly saw it and I thought that makes sense. So let's put it onto the chart. So what are these two scenarios? In the white wave count, we are dealing with a large ABC structure on the chart. So the initial rally was in three waves. A wave, then we have an B wave into the October lows last year, which consists itself of an A wave down, an overshooting B wave, which was the November 21 high, and then a C wave down in 5 waves. So it's an AB, and we could now be working on wave C to the upside, which has a standard projection of around $103 or higher in this region here, basically between $100 and $300. But looking at the microstructure, if this here was wave 1 and the pullback is a wave 2, well, then we should easily break above $103 in the white scenario. I would not rule out, for example, $200, $300 in this scenario. Now that sounds crazy, these moon targets. I would be extremely careful with these because we know that cryptocurrencies, altcoins, typically fail along the way. Yeah, they rarely run their entire pattern to the upside. And this is already only a 3-wave move up, okay? So it's only a corrective move to the upside, this large ABC structure. So we have to be on the side of caution anyway. It is not a clearly bullish long-term chart. The most bullish scenario I can see is this large C wave rally, which and that is always unclear what happens after a C wave has topped, because it could lead to completely new all-time lows, or an even larger ABC structure is forming from there. So anyway, it's not a reliable scenario. And because these patterns fail at some point, and Bitcoin really should only do one more high, maybe 2, the yellow wave count makes absolute sense. Remember that we have only a corrective rally into the 2021 highs. We have a 5-wave move down, which could be wave 1. And this here could easily be an A, B, C structure in wave 2. After a wave 1 bottomed in October last year, September, October. And we are easily going down to new all-time lows afterwards in the next bear market. So this is a scenario that allows for one more rally in this bull market, but I would get extremely careful if the price, as soon as the price gets to $103. Yeah, so then we have an ideal A, B, C structure. This target range might still need to change because it will depend on where this yellow B wave bottoms. But this range is calculated based on the yellow A wave, the current low, which was formed on Monday, last Monday, and then a C wave rally would typically reach the 100% extension. We can specify that further once we see the first structures in wave C. As you can see, there is literally nothing to see there at the moment. This price action here is just too small, and it doesn't clearly indicate that we've bottomed there in yellow wave B. So that means be aware that it still could easily move higher, but there is a support area that even here, ideally, the price shouldn't break below. So we talk here about the 61.8 retracement to the 78.6 retracement. So the B wave, even in a yellow B wave, we shouldn't actually break below $13.30. If we do it, we might see more direct pathway to the downside. But for now, it looks a bit like a larger ABC structure, and we might be setting up for one more rally here in wave C of 2. So this is just something to be very much aware of, that we don't necessarily expect the price to go to all-time highs. I did put it into one of the signals earlier today on Discord, where I said, $103, anything above it is sort of a bonus, okay? So don't necessarily rely on it. But there is obviously a chance to go to all-time highs, but it will, to be honest, depend on the microstructures that now develop to the upside from the last lows. But for now, we seem to have reacted to that golden ratio level at $18.70, but obviously much more price action to the upside is now needed to indicate that a low of sorts has formed. Not sure if we can draw a trend line here or something. Not really, not anything that is reliable. Even here on the micro level, one more low might happen. But bottom line is, at the moment, there is no confirmation that a low has formed. So we might see a little bit more downside. One micro low or not, one more pullback or not. This is still what I'm tracking, but below $13.30, I will not necessarily watch anymore for another rally. So still in a local downtrend, but in this area, we're watching for reversal signals. That's the update about AVAX. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.